Have you ever been absolutely exhausted, but still lying awake at 2, 3 in the morning, your body drained, but your mind refusing to shut down? If that sounds familiar, you are not alone. And more importantly, there is a real solution. That does not come in a pill bottle. Today we are talking about the US Navy sleep method, a technique developed during World War II, quietly used by military pilots for decades, and backed by one of the most striking statistics in sleep research. After 6 weeks of training, 96% of participants were able to fall asleep within 2 minutes. In almost any environment, even under combat-level stress. That number is not a marketing claim. It comes from the documented training reports of Navy pilot programs, and was first published in Lloyd Budd Winter's 1981 book, later cited repeatedly in military performance research. Before we get into the steps, let us understand why so many of us cannot sleep. The problem is not that your brain is broken. The problem is that your brain is stuck in daytime mode when night comes. Cortisol, the alertness hormone, stays elevated. Your sympathetic nervous system keeps firing. And your core body temperature, which must drop by roughly half a degree to 1 full degree Celsius to trigger sleep, never gets the chance to fall. Research consistently shows that 24 hours of sleep deprivation degrades cognitive performance by 25 to 35%. Among active military personnel, studies found that 76% sleep fewer than 7 hours per night, compared to 37% of civilians. Poor sleep is not just tiredness. Groups with the lowest sleep health scores show 66% higher risk of hypertension, 58% higher risk of diabetes, and 73% higher risk of obesity, compared to those who sleep well. So how did the Navy solve this problem? Specialist Lloyd Budd Winter was brought in during World War II to help exhausted pilots fall asleep fast, anywhere, anytime. He developed a 3-phase system, grounded in what we now understand as parasympathetic nervous system activation. Here is how it works. Phase 1 is physical relaxation. Starting with your face, consciously release tension in your forehead, the muscles around your eyes, your jaw, and your tongue. Let your tongue rest softly against the roof of your mouth. Most people carry enormous tension in their jaw and forehead, without realizing it. Next, drop your shoulders as if they are sinking into the mattress. Release your right arm from shoulder to fingertips, then your left. Move down through your chest, letting each exhale deepen the relaxation. Then release your legs from thigh to calf to toes, one side at a time. The entire physical phase takes between 90 seconds and 2 minutes. Clinical trials using the validated Pittsburgh Sleep Quality Index confirmed that progressive muscle relaxation, the science behind this phase, significantly improved overall sleep quality scores and 5 out of 7 sleep subscales, compared to control groups. Phase 2 is mental relaxation. This is where most people struggle. Trying to force your mind blank creates the opposite effect. Instead, replace your thoughts with a single, peaceful image. Picture yourself floating in a canoe on a completely still lake. The sky is a deep, clear blue above you. A light breeze passes across your face. The water barely moves. There is no one else there. Nothing needs to be done. If the lake image does not work for you, try imagining yourself lying in a warm, dark hammock, gently swaying. The key rule is that no other people and no problems are allowed in this scene. Neuroscience research confirms that guided visual imagery suppresses overactivity in the prefrontal cortex and quiets the default mode network, the brain circuit, responsible for rumination and anxious thought loops. If another thought intrudes, do not fight it. Simply notice it, let it pass, and return to your image. Some practitioners also recommend silently repeating the phrase, "Don't think," for 10 seconds as a mental anchor. Both approaches work. Phase 3 is breath pacing. While holding your mental image, shift to a slow breathing rhythm. Inhale for 4 seconds, exhale for 8. The extended exhale directly activates the parasympathetic nervous system, lowering heart rate and signaling to the brain that the body is safe and ready to sleep. This is the same mechanism behind the 4-7-8 breathing technique advocated by integrative medicine specialists. The extended exhale is the critical element. Breathing in and out at the same pace has far less impact on the nervous system than breathing out. longer than you breathe in. To amplify these effects, 4 additional habits make a measurable difference. First, take a warm shower 90 minutes before bed. Your core temperature rises during the shower and then drops sharply afterward, mimicking the natural temperature decline that triggers sleep onset and melatonin release. Second, keep your bedroom between 18 and 20 degrees Celsius. A room that is too warm prevents the body temperature drop needed to sustain deep sleep. Third, stop looking at screens 30 minutes before bed. Blue light suppresses melatonin secretion by up to 2 hours. Fourth, build a consistent pre-sleep routine: a warm herbal tea, 5 minutes of gentle stretching, and 10 minutes of reading. Your brain is a pattern recognition organ. Repeat this sequence nightly and your brain begins initiating sleep preparation the moment the routine starts. Here is your 7-day plan to begin tonight. On days 1 and 2, focus only on physical relaxation. Do not try to fall asleep. Just practice releasing tension from face to toes. Remove the pressure of sleep, and sleep becomes easier to reach. On days 3 and 4, add the breathing pattern: 4 seconds in, 8 seconds out. 5 cycles after your body relaxation. On days 5 and 6, introduce the visual imagery after your breathing cycle. It may only last 30 seconds at first. That is fine. Keep returning to it. On day 7, combine everything: shower 90 minutes before bed, cool the room, close the screens, do your tea, stretch, read routine, and then lie down and move through all 3 phases. The original Navy training ran 6 weeks. Your first week is adaptation. By week 2, most people notice a real change in how quickly they drift off. By weeks 4 to 6, falling asleep starts to feel automatic. That 96% figure is not a ceiling. It is simply what happened when people followed the method consistently. Cognitive behavioral approaches to sleep, of which this technique is an early version, have been found to be at least as effective as sleeping medication, with effects that outlast medication long after use stops. Pills work while you take them. This method, once learned, works for life. If tonight is another hard night, remember the problem is not your willpower. It is a body stuck in the wrong mode. Tonight, pick one phase, just the face and shoulder relaxation, and try it. That is all you need to start. The rest will follow. If this video helped, please subscribe and hit the like button. Next week we are covering why you keep waking up in the middle of the night, and what science says about staying in deep sleep. Take care of your health. See you next time. This video is for informational purposes only and does not replace professional medical advice. If your sleep difficulties are severe or persistent, please consult a qualified healthcare professional.